We're on episode number 37. I'm one of your hosts, Sir Dustin Vancour, joined by my buddies,
Mackamo again.
And Mason Ireland.
Yay! We're gonna have to get used to that now.
I know. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so, how you guys been? What you doing? Working? Anything?
I run a site menu.
You do?
I started up the site menu.
Nice. Where at?
We just switched out for a game. We're doing the initiative, but it was getting a little burnt out. So switched out.
Nice. Any fun games?
Mass Effect again. Yeah.
Because Mass Effect deserves replays.
Yes, it does.
What I understand, it's a very replayable game.
It is.
Well, it's super good.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Run around with Mako again. Kind of miss it.
Jack Russell fucking Terrier on crack for suspension. But, yeah.
It's a much different experience driving it with the PC than it is with the Xbox.
Okay.
You know, I didn't think it would be that different, but it really is. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's my run.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah. Girlfriend moved in. Yes. Yes, that was yeah, so I've been a lot.
I know that feeling.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Yes.
How you been, buddy?
I'm doing good.
How's life?
Good.
Good. Any sweet new games you've been playing?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Got me some Overwatch.
Oh, how's that?
Actually, it's a lot of fun. It's a good way to put it is it's Team Fortress 2 on steroids. Because in TF2 you've only got the 5 classes, I think it is.
Right.
So it's really because let's see, you got soldier, sniper, medic, pyro, scout, and heavy. 6 classes. So you know, playing on a team of 10 is usually the minimum in Team Fortress 2. Not everybody's different. You're going to have not everyone be in the same role, but you're going to have duplicates. Usually a lot of people who can't snipe, thinking they're snipers, and maybe one guy who can. Actually, he's usually on the other team. Yeah. And then Overwatch has 25 characters or something like that, and they've already added one, and they're going to
A
add
healing sniper.
Yes, yeah, air rifle,
Yeah.
fires darts. Can also be used to injure your opponents.
For poison?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I have not actually played. I haven't actually played her yet. I haven't gotten a chance to play all the characters yet. There's 25 of them. But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot more variety because of the amount of characters. Even though it has the one complaint a lot of people have about TF2 is the same complaint a lot of people have about Overwatch. There aren't enough maps. It's kind of one of those things like, for example, CSGO. There's one damn map people play in CSGO. And it's because it's the map that everybody plays in competition. And there's no variety in CSGO. People still find it fun. You know, it's not necessarily variety to make fun. It's if things work well, they're fun. The classes in Overwatch work well. The maps are good maps, so they are fun to be on. So, yeah.
You know what? If you're complaining about there not being enough matches, just shut your hole.
Yeah.
If that's your only complaint.
2 Port 4.
I would... Well, see, the thing... I don't know. I lost track of how many hours we spent on 2 Forts 4 in the original Team Fortress.
Yeah. It was like all we ever played.
Yeah.
Over and over and
that
over
one
again.
map over and over and over again.
And we had hella fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, whatever.
And then we started playing it in World of Warcraft. This Warsong Gulch.
Yeah. Yeah.
So... Yeah.
That's where they got the idea for Warsong Gulch. It's 2-port pour. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, but yeah, let's see, besides that, Journeyman League is about to finish up for War Machine and Hordes. So it's been a lot of fun. Glad I got into War Machine. I like pushing little toy soldiers around on tables and rolling dice. Let's just be frank about what the hobby is. You're pushing toy soldiers around on a table and rolling dice. But yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun. I really need to take a break from painting things blue for a little while after the league is over.
Burning your retinas out a little bit, are you?
Yeah. Well, my army's blue, so yeah, need to take a little break from blues.
You've dumped a lot of money into some cobalt.
Yes. Azul Real, royal blue, according to the Vallejo paint line, is the primary color for what I'm using. Yeah, so it's been good.
Sweet.
Thinking of anything else? No, not really. So
Don't mind me. This is just
Dustin,
I
forgetting to turn
may or
his
may
phone
not
off.
be moving this to silent. Okay.
I told you beforehand. Boom. Boom.
He did.
That's what you been up to.
Mike, I apologize for my lack of changing my phone to silent. I will not disappoint you.
Yeah,
again.
what episode we on?
37.
Okay.
Like I said at the beginning of the fucking show.
Yep.
Uh,
Did good this time.
Yay! Do I get a cookie?
I don't have any cookies. Unless you want one of my pants.
Ew. No.
It's a cock cookie.
Probably all covered in mildew and moths.
Yeah.
Anyway.
As far as me, same old bullshit, different day. Still patiently waiting to move into said new place and sell the current place, which okay, we're pretty much sold. We sold the house. We have to, pardon me. We got the inspection list back from the buyers. We went through, finished the inspection, checklist, all that shit taken care of. Now they gotta go in and say, okay. And then we move along to the selling of the house. Once we do that, we buy the new house, and we can finally call this motherfucker done.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah. New studio. I'm excited for new studio, motherfucker.
In other news, we are recording on a new Xenix X2222
Yes,
USB
that's
mixer.
4 twos, boys and girls.
Yes.
It's too exciting.
Oh, sweet mother of Jesus. Really?
I went there.
You did.
Deal with it.
Yeah. I didn't have you say that into the effects board. That would have been fun.
Oh my god.
Two. Exciting. Reverb.
The moment.
add the reverb in your brain.
Add
there, boys
reverb
and girls.
here. Also, the place that we currently record
Now has air conditioning.
Now has AC, like its own primary AC unit, just built for where we're recording.
Yeah.
So we're nice and cool in here.
You're hearing a little bit of something in the background.
A little bit of an air rush, maybe. But hopefully the edit will not have that be there. At least not as there.
Yeah. I don't know. D does pretty good with the filtering, so I guess we'll be okay.
Honestly, I don't care if I'm cool. If I'm not in here sweating balls on a 98-degree day.
Yeah.
It's
So
worth
if you're
it.
hearing something in the background, that's us being cool. Deal with it.
Sweet breeze. So yeah, this new mixer is nice. It's got 8 inputs on it for microphones versus the old 4 that we had. This will be nice because we can expand out for guests and do all sorts of fun stuff that way.
Yay.
And that's about it. I mean, as far as video games have been going, I actually started picking up Battlefield 4 with my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
He has it on his PS3. That game's hard as shit, and for me anyway, because he has his right stick like cranked up to like maximum sensitivity, so my dude's just fucking flying around looking everywhere. Of course, it works for him, but
because he's used to it.
yeah. So we play
It's like someone using my mouse.
yeah, we're playing we play Conquer, which you just got to hold forts for certain periods of time,
Yeah.
and we just pass the controller back and forth when one of us dies, and just play online. And it's kind of fun that way.
Yeah.
And I mean, I personally been getting my ass whooped. I'm not used to Battlefield either. I've been primarily a Call of Duty guy if I do play, and I haven't played in a long time. Doom, however, I've been playing, but that hasn't happened in a while because moving, and my boxes are currently in a big metal box in some air-controlled shed somewhere. I miss my PS4. I want it back. So yeah, my life's been a complete fucking mess. So yeah, there's that. That's life.
All right.
All right. Shall we do news?
Yes, we shall.
News. Oh, and I floated the river today, and my feet are still soaking wet.
Good to know.
I literally hopped out of the river, went and ate dinner at the park, went home, grabbed my shit, came here. I didn't even bother changing my shoes. I don't even have another pair of shoes. This is my shoes.
Lol.
So hopefully they're dry by tomorrow.
Yes.
Because I have a long drive to Pendleton tomorrow evening.
And that would suck in wet shoes.
Yes. And I have to work tomorrow. And it would suck to work in wet shoes, too.
Mm.
Or I could just come in here with my socks and just let my shoes dry in the car.
There you could.
Okay. Anyway, here we go. Ready? We haven't done this in a while.
Yep.
My fingers are a little rusty. Oh. Ah. Ooh.
Eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. Anyway,
All right, here we go. Ready?
ready. Kai Bai Bo.
Yeah. I win.
Can't believe you just
I
double-fisted us.
I rocked your world. That was almost as bad as your 2222 joke. That makes us even. Okay, my article comes from IO9. And the title reads as such: NASA will put Rocket Raccoon and Groot on its new mission patch. NASA are nerds too.
Yes.
Yes.
It reads as such: if there were any doubt in your heart that the people at NASA were a bunch of nerds, here's the evidence that proves otherwise. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy made space operas exciting again, so what better way to honor its roots than to include two of its most popular characters on a mission patch? The Center for Advancement of Science in Space, also known as CASIS, announced Friday that Groot and Rocket the Raccoon will be featured on a mission patch that will represent all payloads that will head to the National Laboratory in the International Space Station. We got our first look at the patch from director James Gunn, who tweeted the announcement from San Diego Comic-Con.
Note also the head dude for Department of NASA was at San Diego Comic-Con. They're nerds.
Yes. The patch was designed by Juan Doe, who was previously discovered, which is weird because that would be John Doe in English,
Yeah.
who has previously designed covers for Marvel. According to a press release, Cassis hopes that the patch will put more eyes on the ISS and bring hope for what people can accomplish in the future. This is a quote: "A major mission for us here at Cassis is to find unique and innovative ways to bring notoriety to the ISS National Laboratory and the research that is being conducted on our orbiting laboratory," said Cassis Director of Operations and Educational Opportunities Ken Shields. "It's also part of a secret mission that might help us get a rocket and Groot of our very own. The reward for us is that we'll actually have two characters go into space," said Mitch Dane, Director of Custom Publishing. Then he joked, with any luck, there'll be a little cosmic radiation going on, and they'll come back alive. There are so many Marvel characters to choose from when it comes to space, so why Rocket and Groot? Check out the rest of the history behind the patch below, and remember, scientists are nerds just like you. So,
Yay.
yay!
And it is a pretty awesome looking patch, actually.
It is really cool. It's very, it's 3 colors, white, blue, and red. Or red, white, and blue, I guess.
This is America, red, white, and blue.
Mm-hmm.
If we were in France, it would be blue, white, and red.
And it's very universal. It's got Marvel's logo on it. It's got a little logo of the ISS, and it's got a very cutesy version of Rocket the Raccoon sitting on a kind of a 2-dimensional Groot, and it just looks really cool. It actually looks like something like if they had designed the patch in the '60s.
Yeah.
When NASA was kind of like first going around, that's kind of what it looks like. It's really cool. So yeah, check that shit out. In fact, it'll probably be the cover art for their show, so you'll see it right away. Go Nerds! Yay!
Okay.
I don't have much to add to that one except for fucking cool.
Yay!
You know?
Yep.
Oh, here's a quick one.
Mm-hmm.
We'll level you guys out on Pokemon Go. Did you catch anything cool yet?
I have a Vaporeon and a Flareon. Let's see. What level's my rep?
Yeah. It's like I got a Jolteon, but
I'm like 4 away from.
it's about my club.
I'm a few away from level 11.
I'm about halfway through 15.
I'm 10. Just barely.
I was barely 10 just last weekend, so
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get out and walk much, so.
Yeah.
we should organize a Nerd Effect Pokemon Go meeting.
Yeah.
That'd be
Let's
cool.
see. Yeah. I have my Vaporeon is 797, 725 Rapidash, 652 Hypno, 617 Venomoth, 602 Flareon.
You are far above me. My highest is a 522. Oh Lord have mercy. Hold on, I keep forgetting the name. 522 Parasect.
Okay. Yeah, my highest Parasect's a 490.
And a 329 Pidgeotto.
The problem is that the one I really want to power up is my Tauros, and it's only a 260. It's not even close to max power.
Yeah, I got a Tauros that's 461. That's my most
You
powerful
bastard.
right now. But
And I have a Staryu.
Yeah,
I have a Staryu.
I've just about maxed him out trying to buff him up, so that's why.
I have a Magikarp.
I have yet to get a fucking Magikarp
I
yet.
got mine out of a 2-kilometer egg.
Have any of you hatched a 10-kilometer egg yet?
Nope.
Me
I
either.
haven't gotten a 10-kilometer egg yet.
Oh, really?
No, I've only gotten 2s and 5s. I haven't gotten a 10-kilometer
I
egg.
have a 10, and it's in the works. I'm like at 0.6 kilometers right now, which is like nothing. It's considering I don't walk, I'm surprised I have anything.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Have any of you got a Pidgey or a Rattata?
Dude, I am so gonna max out my Rattata and take over Jim with that.
You could. There's nothing. I mean,
I think that's how most people around here level up, right? Isn't that the cheat where you get a bunch of Rattatas and Pidgeys and level them up when you pop a lucky egg? That way it doubles your XP every time you.
yeah.
Because it only takes 12 candies to evolve one.
Yeah.
So
12 candies for a Pidgey.
and then you fart.
Yeah,
you
it's the
fart.
smart way to do it.
You start leveling up really quick when you do that.
Yeah.
So take that to the bank, kids. Have you guys ever gone anywhere on purpose to actually hunt Pokemon yet, or you just kind of been doing it as you walk around?
Just gonna do it as I walk around. I want to head downtown. Hit the parks, head downtown.
And Morrison seems to be pretty ripe.
Yeah.
That's where I've caught most of mine. How many Pikachus have you guys caught?
2.
I've got 3. You'll get a medal when you hit 3.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I've had 3 or 4. For some reason, I get a lot of electrics around my area.
I still think it should be Tauros over at the dairy refinery.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be. That would be awesome. What's the strangest place you've seen a gym so far?
The dentist office across the street from my house.
Oh, there's one like how was that? Franklin and right by the mall there.
Franklin and Cole.
Yeah, Franklin and Cole. There's like nothing there, but there's a gym.
Well, there is something there. It's one of the power boxes.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah,
There's a power box with the art on it,
The-
and
there's
a
a-
lot of them are stops along Franklin there.
Yeah.
But this is one particular one happens to have a gym, and there's like nothing around it. There's
Yeah.
No parking, no nothing, just traffic going by.
The power box on Fairview and Curtis is also a gym.
Oh yeah.
The coolest gym I've seen so far was the Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back art on the side of I think it's one of the movie theaters or something. I don't know, but I happened to see a gym like just far away. I wanted to see what it was on the map. I clicked it and it said Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and it was like graffiti art of Jay like when they're on the bike and Jay's kind of looking over his shoulder like this.
Nice.
And I was like, dude, that's the coolest gym ever. And I screenshot it real quick and tagged Jay and Bob on Twitter on it, and I haven't heard anything about it yet. But
Oh well.
But
Hey, hold on, Pidgey.
fucking Pidgey.
Lol.
Oh, get it.
Oh, it went away.
Aw, fucking Pidgey.
Holy shit! At 248, Pidgey.
Dude, Pidgey. I have a Pidgey that's stronger than a Pidgeotto in my lineup. I think their math is a little off.
It's not. They can be of any more or less any power level.
Okay. Anyway, Mike, what's your news? As
So-
Mason's over there catching the Pokemons.
So, there was recently a video that came up on the Nerdist-feed. And so I watched that, and I went, hey, that's pretty fucking cool. I haven't heard of this before. Did a little Googling on it and stuff, so I'm going to talk about it. Alright, so, the video, which I should be able to find in the show notes there, basically, it is about designer babies. So,
Yeah.
genetically engineering will change everything forever. So, seems like I haven't found an exact time frame yet, but recently, like within a few years, they've started using a new tool for genetic alteration. It's called CRISPR. And
Like you keep your sperm cup in the CRISPR drawer in your fridge?
Yeah.
it's short for clustered regularly. God, I hate these.
Regularly? Wait, where is it?
Yeah, it's just irregularly.
Clustered, regularly interspaced, short palindromic repeats.
Yeah, they're better at pronouncing than I am. I'll just let them do it. Yes, so it is CRISPR for short. So, what they found CRISPR does. So, bacteria gets attacked by a virus. So the virus attaches itself to it and uses its DNA into the bacteria to replicate itself. And that's how viruses spread.
Yes.
So sometimes the bacteria will actually survive these attacks. Sometimes, not often.
Right.
And they end up with that bit of the virus DNA left in it. And so the bacteria ends up making a copy of that virus DNA in its own DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Then, if the virus starts attacking again, it's the CAS system, which is an immune response, basically. It's a Cas9. Basically takes that clip of DNA from the virus, puts it into what they call a CRISPR, and then the CRISPR actually goes through and filters out the DNA. And if it finds an exact match of the DNA from that virus, then it renders it useless. So this is like an immune system that they found
Okay.
that occurs in nature.
Okay.
Okay. They found that they can take the CRISPR, apply whatever genetic code you want to it, and then put that into a cell, and it would alter the DNA based on the information that was applied to it. It's super complicated, believe.
I gotcha.
The video makes it look simple, but it's super fucking complicated.
Yeah,
Oh
the
my
video
God.
is all nice and clean and animated.
Yep. So,
It's a very
some of the
nice
things,
video.
some of the things they have been doing with this. So they did some tests with like lab rats, because that's what they do, mice. So they had mice that were infected with HIV virus. Like 99% of the cells were infected with HIV. Using the CRISPR, they were able to remove it from about 50% of the cells. So, not quite a cure yet, but a hell of a jump in progress there.
Yeah.
Actually, reminds me because we, at this office where I work, we're one of the the big place that we help raise money for help me out here.
Charity.
Thank you. Is the LLS, the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, and whenever they do their presentations, they have this. There's a guy called, his name's Dr. June, and he's like the lead researcher on trying this one particular type of anti-cancer therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And so what this guy has done is he took the HIV virus, reprogrammed the HIV virus so that it wouldn't attack healthy cells and would start attacking cancer cells.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. Like, that is insane.
Yeah.
So this, and the video they show you, like you want to talk about just breaks your fucking heart. I cry every time I watch it. I am man enough to admit that right now. Like, I fucking choke up every goddamn time. And it's just this girl who's maybe 7 or 8 in the video, and she's like on her last legs. Like, the doctors have given her like maybe a week to live at this point. So this, so they said, well, okay, we're obviously on our last bit of let's Hail Mary this shit and see what
Right.
happens. So the parents agreed. She agreed. Within 24 hours, she was up and walking around and kind of just feeling better.
Nice.
And she was eating again within like a day or two, and within like a month, I don't know if I think they said like a month, like she had like an 85% reduction in cancer.
Wow.
It's freaking nuts. And now,
Yeah.
and as of today, she's a happy, normal child,
Good.
which is freaking cool. Like, HIV virus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
Well, yeah, cancer is one of the other references they make in the video. So I believe it was basically genetically altering the immune system so that it recognizes the cancer and can actually find the cancerous cells and destroy them.
Yeah.
Because that's part of the problem is the immune system can't tell the cancer cells from the good cells.
Because it is you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. There is also talks of it being able to be used for altering human DNA. So if
Bad
you have
idea.
Hmm?
Well, good idea, bad idea.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. So, like, say you got somebody who's pregnant, they have tests done like they always do nowadays, and they find that the baby's going to have Down syndrome. So in the future, you may actually be able to have a gene therapy done to the child so that it would correct the Down syndrome.
Right.
And, yeah. I know in the video they made some figures. I don't know if they're backed up from or not. But basically, they were talking about how with these tests, like more than 90% of the children that have been detected to have Down syndrome are aborted.
Yep.
The pregnancies are terminated. So, considering, some people are saying, oh, well, this is a horrible thing to do to children. Well, they're just getting them terminated right now anyway.
Right.
So how is that going to be worse? That's the way I look at it.
Yeah. Well, okay. My good idea, bad idea.
Mhm.
Being able to find and eliminate genetic abnormalities that are detrimental or are considered detrimental could be a good thing. Because, like, I've met, like, at work and stuff, I've met plenty of kids with, like, autism and stuff. Like, some people with autism are so in their own world that they can't interact. But I've also met some, like, little kids that are, 5, 6 years old, still full of life and total sweethearts. They just have a little bit harder time learning things. But they're still considered autistic. So, I mean, it's hard for me to look at these kids and say they're broken.
Yeah.
Especially when you see people with Asperger's who are fucking geniuses.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember. I forgot her name. The lady who figured out, basically had a. She like figured out. She was like she has Asperger's, like super Asperger's, but she's fully functional.
Yeah.
And
Well, most people with Asperger's
she works in the cattle industry, but she's like a scientist.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, most people with
God
Asperger's
damn it!
just kind of act like they're socially awkward. And are really focused.
And
On
very
whatever-
literal.
And very literal, yes. Well, Mike and I had a boss, Brett, who had Asperger's. I thought he was fine. I didn't know until I was told.
Yeah.
I just thought he was a nerd. Quite honestly, I thought he was just like, a hyper, pinball and electronics nerd. Well, he was both of those, but but I didn't see anything wrong with Brett. But he has Asperger's, and I never thought there was anything wrong with Brett, even after I learned that. So,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely going to be, a lot of scaling to it, too. I mean, they're going to, because this is kind of the way it's going.
yeah,
And it's going to start with, okay, hey, let's fix these really bad problems, diseases and genetic diseases, all sorts of things.
Well,
like
for
that.
example, other things like Huntington's disease, which is a genetic disease, it is just a ticking time bomb. It's just eventually you have a normal life, you're fine, and then for the last couple of months you get really sick and die early, like in your 30s. So that getting rid of, no problems there because that.
But eventually, over time, I mean, it's going to change. It's going to start being like, well, we can, make your baby, a little smarter, have a higher metabolism.
Right, then you get into Gattaca bullshit.
Yeah, you end up getting a point where, like, the genetic perfect human being ends up being the ideal model.
Right.
And so you end up with almost like you can end up with a class, different classes of people just on that. People
Right.
who have money are getting genetically modified, or
Right.
people who don't have the money, can't afford it, don't.
Right.
So there's a lot of
Therein lies the problem.
yeah, and it's actually the video actually addresses all those points very well too, and then also talking about say dictatorship who starts having their subjects genetically altered without consent.
Yeah.
Lots of little things that could happen.
Yeah. The thing is that there's no such thing as a bad technology. It's the human application of the technology that can be given a moral judgment. Because like the same technology that made the nuclear bomb also made the nuclear reactor that are, except for when they go bad spectacularly, like they have a few times, are very safe and power a whole lot more of the world than people think they do. Yeah, but again, it's not the technology; it's how you apply it.
Okay. Yes, I agree with that completely.
So can we be born with mutant powers?
No.
Not yet.
I guess it's too late for me anyway, so whatever.
Yeah, you've already been born, D-Man.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But they also talk about some other things too, like
Gene splicing?
actually a little bit, yes. But like aging.
Yeah.
Like it's may end up being possible that they can change the genetic code that causes you to age, and so you affect not necessarily mortal. You're going to die someday,
So everybody ends
but
up
you
with-
stop aging. You can be around for as long as you don't have anything bad happen.
Yeah. they kind of already know what does it, which are things called telomeres.
Yep.
They're actually not part of your DNA, but they're attached to your DNA. And every time your cells replicate, the telomeres get shorter. And eventually, when you run out of telomere, the cells stop dividing. That isn't immortality because the cell eventually dies. You lose the cell.
So,
And
do vampires just lack telomere?
no, vampires are supernatural creatures that are cursed with immortal life.
So that's more mystical than
Yeah.
genetic.
Well, see, the idea is, though, that you would replenish the telomeres.
Right.
And if you could do that, then effectively your cells will continue to divide and multiply
Yeah. And do their thing.
stay healthy.
Yeah. There's because they've looked at the lengths of the telomeres in newborns.
This is why. This is the oh fucking help me out here, cell therapy,
Stem cell.
stem cell research, right? Okay.
Well, some of it,
Something.
but they've looked at the lengths of the telomeres in like newborns, and they've and then they've looked at people through all ages of life, and looked at like their socioeconomic conditions and everything too to see if there's any variation. Yes, a lot of things vary how long your telomeres will last,
Free radicals.
among other things. Yes,
I just love that term, free radicals. You always hear it in shampoo commercials.
I don't know why. Hair's dead. You can't do anything about it but once it's out of the follicle. So, but they've hypothesized that a natural human lifespan can be about 120 something ish years long. But our bodies are programmed to basically fall down dead after that. Like almost no one lives that long because of other outside sources, be it disease, cancer. There's a lot of other reasons people die that are not because of the telomeres stopping. But they've hypothesized that like ideally humans can live to about 120-ish, between 120 and 130 years. And that would be our optimal maximum lifespan.
So what we've learned at this table is with enough research, we can be born perfect and live forever if we really tried, or at
Yes.
least longer.
Yeah. But if you could replenish the telomeres, you could hypothetically live forever.
I just want to know what the long-term effects on your body, though, are after a certain period of time.
Well, see, but that's the thing, is if you're replenishing the telomeres, and you would still be responsible for, like, eating healthy and stuff.
Right.
But, like, if you ate a properly healthy diet that isn't really doing any damage to your body, so that would probably mean a lot of genetically modified food. Hate to tell you, organic freaks, but you're wrong.
I don't hate to tell him. Fuck you, organic breeds. You're wrong.
Yeah. What?
But so it'd probably actually end up being a lot of genetically modified food to remove the parts that are in almost every food that we eat that are bad for us. So again, we're talking an expensive diet, so you'd have to be rich to have this done, which is horrible because that means only an exclusive class of people who are already too advantaged can do this.
It's also the thing to keep in mind. I mean, as the technology advances, eventually it would reach a point where it becomes common enough that
Well,
anybody could do it.
Yes, but
It just becomes like a flu vaccine after a while.
but
Have your telomeres been replenished in the last 6 months? Nope.
you got to get in to do that.
Gotta get in.
Yeah.
Here's a shot.
Don't want to die.
You're good.
By
And it probably would honestly be a shot. Even in the beginning, the whole time would probably be a shot. Or probably an IV injection, an IV drip injection. But
Okay, because your body's pretty good about distributing shit.
yeah, actually, the body's great at distributing stuff. But like, you could hypothetically live well beyond that 100 and some odd years because if you're replenishing the telomeres, you're still young because your cells are reacting like younger cells. So what you would have, you would try to stop aging around 30.
Right.
Because by 30, all of your bones are fused. Your brain has finished developing. Your organs have all finished developing. Your immune system is in place completely. There's this all kind of culminates in your mid-20s to finish off.
Well, and
with
by
a few
age,
of the bones taking a little bit longer.
and at age 30, you're not looking like a young 20-something idiot, and by age 30, you're also still young enough to maintain your boyish good looks.
So what you do, so that's what you'd have to kind of hit that level, level 30, that age 30 range. And then that's kind of where you'd want to stop it. And you'd want to, but so they would have to make it so they could judge where the telomeres would stop on that replenishment scale. Because if they started giving you the telomeres of an infant, your body would start growing like nuts and not necessarily in good ways. Basically, you would give yourself cancer because the cells would be dividing uncontrollably. Because they'd be trying to divide to make a baby grow.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. Very interesting implications. A lot of studies and the like have been going on already.
Yeah.
And a lot of the experiments are showing that this is very plausible. And, I mean, it's the way they're going. This is going to be a thing someday.
Yeah.
So, very interesting. I like it.
You don't like it?
I like it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, modify all things. Oh, and
You want to talk about genetically modified?
another interesting...
This is the ultimate article.
Yeah.
Another interesting thing about the video they had on there was talking about how, people would be like, well, that's not going to affect me and that kind of thing, but it is, over time, going to affect everybody.
Yeah.
Because if you get one person that is genetically modified,
Have you ever...
that person has kid. That kid is also genetically modified because they inherited the genes from their parent.
Yeah.
So over time, that change in genetics is getting bred into society over generations.
So he's...
Eventually,
he's
eventually
Asian
this...
zero.
However, there's also a dilution of it every generation.
Okay, yeah.
So, well, it gets cut in half every generation because when you mate with if he mates with someone who is not also genetically modified to be quote unquote perfect, then half the genes are quote unquote perfect. The other half are regular human genes, which would introduce back into in all of the issues that there were before, but there would still be more resistance to it on the other side, the other parent's side.
Yeah.
And then when that child has a child, they only get a quarter of the perfect genetic, and then an 8th, 16th, 32nd.
But
And by
that's
that
also
point, it's not
considering-
going to matter.
Yeah, exactly. But also by that point, I mean, it would be so common that, it would be in the gene pool, and more people would have some form of genetic alteration than people that don't.
Yeah.
So it would become the norm over time, one way or another.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
I don't know. I think I was rambled on about that enough.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff in the video. Go watch it. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Mason.
All right. So, couple of little short blurbs. Speaking of war games that I was talking about earlier, finally got in my wargaming mat for Guild Ball by Hidden Forest Gaming, and this is a thumbs up to Hidden Forest Gaming. Good job. The mat looks great and is nice and durable. Looks good. Easy to move minis on. So if you're looking for mats for Guild Ball, War Machine, Warhammer, any game that plays on 3x3, 4x4, or 4x6.
I'm guessing that's feet.
Feet, yes.
Yes.
If they're gamers, they know.
Yeah. they would know what I'm talking about.
Well, you never know how many is your minis. I mean, you could fucking just be like fucking pushing pinpoints around.
Well,
on a 4x.
for example, Drop Zone Commander, which I eventually want to play, is a 10 mil scale game. It's still played on a 3x3. It's just you have a whole lot more things, and most of them are vehicles, not individual troops. In fact, individual troops, there are no such thing. There are squads,
Right.
represented by a base. So, but anyway, yeah, great Matt. I highly recommend his stuff. 4 out of 5 because I refuse to ever give anything perfect scores. But as far as the gaming mat goes, it's good, nice and vibrant, well put together. The textures in the imagery on the mat look good. It's flat, but like,
What's it made out of?
it's basically a giant mouse mat.
Oh yeah, so it's like neoprene.
Yeah, it's neoprene.
Like that.
That's kind of what a lot of people are going to nowadays when making gaming tape for gaming tables, is because you can roll them up.
Well, gaming
store
mats
'em.
in general.
They're easy to move, transport. You can flop them down on any table, and you're good to go. Whereas back in the day of having to build and grass a table and everything, A, a lot of work. B, not terribly mobile.
You don't say.
And also, just not as efficient. So the neoprene mats are great. Plus, one of the other great things, minis bounce on neoprene mats and don't fall over and break.
Yeah. Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Yay, let's play BattleTech. Ah! It broke.
My locust fell over and both of its arms and its laser broke off. Oh, sucks to be that locust. Yeah, but then there's then another real quick short news before I get to the main one. Girls' Generation just had their 9th anniversary together.
Yay!
And they released a new single, Sailing. It's a slower ballad-like song from them. It's very pretty. And I suggest everyone go listen to it and love the Girls' Generation. And now for something on a much less light note. Probably a lot of you have heard by now, but we're going to talk about it anyway. Kenny Baker, more famous as R2-D2, he is the actor that was actually inside the R2-D2 costumes, died at the age of 81. He played R2-D2 in all of the all the 6 Lucasfilm or Star Wars movies, and literally controlled the day. Controlled the robot from inside. There were everything R2-D2 did, moving around, spinning his head, like the little eyepiece in front that's his sensor, moving around. All of that Kenny did from inside R2-D2, which pretty much makes R2 the ultimate in practical effects. And one day they accidentally forgot him inside R2 when they went to lunch. Other movies and other things he was in were again 2 of them that are kind of fun. Flash Gordon, the 80s television series Flash Gordon, which I don't even know if you can find.
I almost remember scrubbing that out of my brain.
Well, you're welcome. It's back. See, I would say if you love campy science fiction, where you can more or less see the strings when they're flying spaceships through space.
Yay!
Flash Gordon, you have to try to find the 80s Flash Gordon television series. Like,
that was
yes, that one.
the movie. So you're talking about the movie or the TV series?
The TV series.
Okay. Because the movie with, Queen doing the soundtrack, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but just Queen was involved.
Yeah.
The
The TV series, yeah, that's a brain scrubber.
if you like the bad sci-fi though, which there are people out there who do, you got to find that. You got to find a 80s television show, Flash Gordon,
You sick bastard. You need help.
and Time Bandits.
Yes, Time Bandits.
Yeah, I think I saw Time Bandits and Buckaroo Banzai within like a day of each other.
Speaking of Buckaroo Banzai, which I haven't seen, but I've heard good things about it, obviously.
You're no longer on my friend
Well,
list.
hold on. Kevin Smith is doing a full new TV series on it. They approached him, and it's going to go right to Amazon as a streaming.
Okay, Kevin Smith doing it. Okay,
And he is a huge fan of the original
Yeah.
Buckaroo Banzai.
yeah, Buckaroo Banzai was amazing. It was balls to the wall, campy sci-fi in all of its extreme glory, and it had a pretty good soundtrack.
Wasn't it the movie that kind of got held back because Star Wars came out at the same time or something like
Yes.
that? Like literally the same weekend or something like that?
Yeah, Buckaroo Banzai got held back because of and then episode 1 came out, and guess what movie went up against it on the same weekend?
I should know the answer to
Yes,
this.
you should.
I don't remember.
Wasn't
Wasn't The Matrix?
no, fuck no.
No, Matrix was
D is for
Equilibrium.
disappoint.
No, Matrix and Equilibrium went up against each other.
Oh, that
Right.
no, it was Matrix. Okay, I thought it was Star Wars Episode 1 in Equilibrium.
No, I think it was
Equilibrium was
in Matrix.
pushed aside because of Matrix.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
picked the wrong movie in that one. Well, okay, the first Matrix was really good.
But Equilibrium was really good too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then they went on to make those 2 crappy Matrix movies.
Which there's also rumblings that they're going to keep going.
With what? They've already done a Jesus allegory. You're gonna
I,
have a Muhammad allegory?
why not?
Okay.
Dustin,
But
just know I am very disappointed in you.
Well, it was at a. It wasn't at a convention. Oh god, I hope the cat doesn't. We have a new office cat, so if you hear meowings and stuff like that, because I think some came across a little earlier, but yeah, from what I understand, they're wanting. He had talked. It was very quick. It was like a 2-sentence blurb about him talking to the Wachowskis about it,
okay.
and just seeing if there's still something there. So I think that's all I know. I know it's not set in stone by any means, but all I know is I want to see Bill and Ted 3 really bad.
That would be awesome.
And
I want to see Bill and Ted 3 with them at like what Keanu's like 60 now,
Oh, I think he's like 55.
55 or whatever. I want to see them playing their current ages as Bill and Ted.
They are.
Oh,
That's the thing. So what the premise of the story is him and Alex Winter, so Ted Theodore Logan and Bill S. Preston Esquire,
Yeah.
are now like well into their age. They have kids, a wife. Life has just kind of gone on, and it's
Yeah.
like today, and they're like,
And they had this wacky adventure back in the 80s.
yeah, and they're just like, what happened? The future was like completely different from what we had seen. What happened? What went wrong? So the whole premise is them trying to figure out what the fuck.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think that's the idea behind it. It's just gonna really be sad that they don't have Rufus anymore.
Yeah. And they can't replace Rufus.
No, if they,
Well, I mean, they may need another character to do Rufus's job,
right,
but it can't be Rufus again,
right.
because then I will not see it. Because George Carlin cannot be replaced in any way.
No,
Hence, no one stepped up and took his place as a stand-up comedian.
no.
So,
Boom, boom.
Wasn't me that then.
no, but I was just on vibrate.
Okay.
So Buckaroo Banzai, go see it,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Dude, I have so many movies on my 80s
Buckaroo
list that I
Banzai.
need to go back and watch.
Go see it, motherfucker.
Okay.
It seriously should be up at the top.
Well, Buckaroo Banzai and fucking Harrison Ford. God, I'm having a hard time remembering shit today.
Indiana Jones.
No.
Okay, good.
Sci-fi. Not Star Wars.
India, okay.
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner, yeah.
Which is on top of which is on top of Buckaroo Banzai, but
I can't even, dude. I can't even.
In Dune, I haven't seen Dune yet.
actually don't watch the original Dune movie. With the exception of Patrick Stewart in it, not great. There's a 3-part miniseries that Sci-Fi did. Much better explanation of what the fuck is going on. Mm-hmm. And they still missed most of the explanation because the book's 700 pages. Mm-hmm. It's an awesome 700 pages.
Oh, I guess we'll get to that on the next episode.
Yes, we will. Because I'm pretty sure I know what you were going to say.
So speaking of books to series,
yes. So yeah, I think we're good for the
which
news.
I finally read the damn thing, which I didn't actually read it. I listened to it. I on Audible because I knew I wasn't going to listen to it any other way, and I knew I had to read it before said book was going to be released into a series. Like I got to hear this at least once.
Yeah.
So I at least know the book. I know what goes into it. I've heard it from front to back, even with his voice in the book. And it was fully casted, too, which was kind of cool. So each character had its own voice. So, and the narrator sounded really cool, too. So, yeah.
Hopefully he was English.
He was American.
Damn it.
It's American Gods.
I know it's American Gods, but...
In fact, I think the only British character was the author.
Neil Gaiman, he's British.
There's one Irish character, obviously. Well, okay, I take that back. Because of the way the book's laid out, there's several accents throughout the book.
Yes.
So,
but anyway.
If you haven't figured it out now, just wait till the next episode.
Yeah.
But, okay.
All right. So, I think we're good for the news.
I think we're good, too. I don't even know how long we've been recording. I haven't been paying attention.
About an hour.
Yeah, we're an hour and a minute.
Awesome.
So, all right, guys. That's been the Nerd Effect News Show. We have been... Sorry.
Also, that would be the voice of...
Michael Morgan.
Okay. And I'm Mason Ireland.
And I am sorry I haven't watched these episodes. Dustin Vancouver. And we'll catch you guys next time.